the button. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully we are with you. We've had a little bit of a blip. The little screen thing was not happy and it would not work, but I have a feeling we are now live and with you and hopefully broadcasting okay on this lovely Monday evening. If you are with us this evening, could you please let us know that you can hear us, you can see us, and that we're coming across loud and clear. They're always the sort of missions of the evening, aren't they? Now I'm going to ask, on my screen, Peter, I am very blurry. Am I blurry on your screen, or is it just a me screen?
Looking good.
Looking good. Take the compliments from the side as we're going to get them. They're few and far between. We'll have them when they're here. So please do let us know once again in the comments if you can hear and see us. And if I'm blurry on your screen, let us know. Mine, I look terrible. Very awful. Not good at all. This evening we are having a bit of a playtime, to be honest with you. We're kind of celebrating the stockist launch that's taking place tomorrow for the brand new masculine collection from Creative Expressions. But all of the goodies for that release are, of course, way up north in the land of Gwen. So tonight we can't share samples with you because they're all with Gwen. But do not fear, Gwen will be here on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. with more inspiration and, of course, all of those products to share with you and more details about them too. But I will, of course, give you a bit of a stockist run through so you know where to go and order these collections, or this collection, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. when it is released to the world. Because of course we need to know about that, don't we? Have we had anyone join us as yet, Peter?
Yeah, quite a few.
Oh, should we have a little look and see who we can
shall.
say good evening to? So then, scrolling through. Oh, there's lots of you with us. Thank you for joining us on this blustery Monday. Good evening, Kim. Good evening, Rosanna. Good evening, Alison. Thank you for letting us know you can see us, Alison. Good evening, Yvonne, Bethan, Kathleen, Jenny, Kim, Laura, Judy, Pauline, Angela, Sue, and of course our lovely Lynn. Thank you all for joining us tonight. As I say, tonight is a bit of a playtime, so if there is anything you would like to see or know, maybe not know, because there are some secrets lurking in the background I'm not allowed to tell you about. Not this background, you're not going to see nothing, don't bother studying, you could be there forever and a day, you're not going to see nothing you don't already know about. But there are secrets lurking in the background. As many of you may know, there is a new brand going to be joining us up here very, very soon. The shelf is clear and ready, the frame is on order. There will be something joining us here come launch day on the 29th of November. I can't tell you anything about it this week, but maybe next Monday.
Is the frame on order?
Well, I think so,
Did
kind
we get a
of.
frame?
Well, we need to get order
We do
a frame.
need to get a frame.
There isn't a frame in the hole and we need
No.
a frame. So I keep talking very rudely off to my side because, of course, this evening on Hostage Cam we do have Peter. So let's jump on over and say good evening to Peter.
Evening all. How are we all doing? Hope you're all okay. Nice to see you joining us tonight. Thank you very much. Hope you had a good day.
Is that all they're getting? That's all you've got, is it? That's all you've got.
Let's just say his job's quite safe, so...
Oh, I don't know. I wish somebody could take it away. Take it away. We keep working on our lovely Laura, who is in the comments this evening with her lovely daughter Lucy. Lucy, pick on your mother. Tell her that she should come and do some lives for us too. We'd love to bring you more lives, but there is only one of me and one of Gwen, and there is only so much we can do in a week. But we would love to fill your screens with more content. So Lucy, Laura, whole gang, come and join us. We could all have a laugh, couldn't we? Okay, so let's chat more about what we need to be talking about, shall we? Let's try and stay on track. Did you all catch Gwen's amazing shows? Now, Gwen, over the weekend on Saturday, was on Hobby Maker. She had a single-hour show with Dave, and then she had a 2-hour show with Adam. Nothing about Dave and Adam, but wasn't the shows amazing? Especially the 2 hours with Adam. I thought that was a really lovely show, and if you haven't seen it and you haven't caught up, then I would urge you to go back and watch it on the Hobby Maker website or YouTube channel. I really liked the second show, and I think the reason is whenever you have 2 hours together, you kind of slow the pace down a little bit and you really dig in deep to the products. So if you haven't seen the shows, I'd certainly start with that one. The first hour is great, you get to see a lot of fresh content too, but the second, or the 2 hour show together, there's a real air of kind of pace and you get to really enjoy seeing all of the pieces come together. Gwen does a couple of great demos, and something that I often think we kind of are a bit blasé with now, our nesting dies. Under the Jamie Rogers Crafts brand, we bring you incredible nested dies of squares, circles, ovals, octagons. There's loads of shapes, and there's even more than I've mentioned. And Gwen really talks to you about how you can interchange them, what you can do with them, why we do so many different options and what that actually unlocks. So if you haven't seen the dies, if you haven't seen us talk about them on a live before and you want to know more about them, again, check out that show on Hobby Maker. Now, if you have missed what Gwen was launching and you have no idea what I'm chatting about, we are chatting the masculine collection. There is lots to this. As I said, if you've just joined us, Gwen will be doing a proper stockist launch evening with this on Thursday. It officially launches to stockists tomorrow morning, being Tuesday at 10 a.m. But Gwen will be here with you on a regular slot on Thursday, giving you more inspiration with it. In this collection are 3 stencils. As you can see, these are 8x8 stencils. There is one called Glitch, there is one called Tools, and there is one called Tattoo. Glitch is designed as a kind of a matrixy style background that could be used for just about any occasion, especially depending on colour and style that you use it with. Lovely texture pastes maybe could go through this to give you some different looks to them. The second one up is our Tools. As you can see, a random background of saws and screw heads and pipes and hammers and pliers and all of those bits that we need, especially for our masculine cards. But maybe it's a new home card, maybe it's a job well done card, maybe it's thanking the builder who's just come and built the wall around your garden. Could be a million reasons that we need this one, and it's going to cover all of them for you. Then we have our rather funky tattoo design. I personally really like the flames across the bottom because of course it could be a kind of tribal band-esque tattoo, but actually this could be a roaring fire that you're going to put little marshmallows above, or it could be the open fire to go inside the fireplace on your Christmas cards. It's lots of different times we might wish to simulate the look of fire, and of course, as you can see, it'd be quite easy to build this up to make it much larger. You've then got your tribal bands running through this one as well, your single kind of flame designs, and that really cool butterfly. Then we move on to our stamp sets. There are 2 A5 stamp sets. We have got Sports and we have got Man About Town. Now this week here at HQ, we had a little envelope sent to us from Kim. Now, if any of you have been watching us previously, you will know that Kim's envelopes usually contain some amazing guests, should we say, that pop in and join us from time to time. We, of course, have got Annika Rice as one of our many celebrities. We have Debbie McGee. Can anyone guess the celebrity that Kim has sent us this week? Any guesses? Now, if you are a regular viewer, I may have hinted that this could be an improvement and would be very much appreciated, and it absolutely is, Kim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No further ado. Let's join David Beckham.
I know David Beckham, am I?
Well, the mask helps tick the box. I'm going to give you some honesty here, Pete. It is helping. Is that what David does? Usually we get a very feminine wave when it's Annika or Debbie. David gives the thumbs up.
I don't think I can camp David up, can I?
The eyes are slightly scary. The holes on David's eyes do look a little bit sinister in comparison to Debbie and Annika. I don't know why. But David is, of course, perfectly bought into our current collection because just like every masculine part of what we're chatting about with this collection, this set is perfect for our dear Becks. Of course, we have got a golden football in here. We have got golf. I believe he's into golf, Beckham, isn't he? I feel I've picked this up.
That make you posh. Sorry, I'm just jumping ahead there. So.
What, if you're David, does that make me posh? There are so many things I could say to this, and I don't think any of them would be allowed to be viewed on air. So I'm just going to go, no, David, you're on your own. So, okay, going back to where we were. Sports set, this one is all about the balls and the tools. So in here we have got bowling pins, we have got weights, we have got trophies, we have got rugby balls, cricket balls, everything you can think of, and that's about as much about sport as I know. So we're going to move on to something I know a little bit more about, which is clothing. So on this set, we've got Man About Town. We have got socks and pants and ties and jeans and shirts. Little footprints that could be Santa's footprints if you wanted them to be. They could, of course, be the footprints that go with the little Converse boot that's in here. There is also a bit of a steampunky vibe going on throughout this collection too. And then there are tyre tracks, little flames to come out of the back of our car. Now, I absolutely adore this stamp. This little turtle driving his little car, to me, it just gives me just so much happiness. It could just be me, but that is darling, isn't it? Isn't that cute? It is proper Turtles Adventure. Now, whether that's going to be for a man's card, whether that's going to be for a child's card, I think depends on how you team it, what colours you put with it, what else you put with it. You know, that could have a little 6 up here with our numbers, or it could be like really grungy and masculine and be really sort of added to with the rest of the collection. It's just down to you where you want to take it. But that little turtle makes me happy. It makes me smile. So moving on from those stamps, we have 4 A6 stamp sets. Now these are going to cover so many things if you've not seen these already. We have got the toolbox set at the end here. So this of course is going to go really well with the stencil with all the tools on it. We've got different tools running through here. Again, we go to our drills, our hammers, our screwdrivers, our measures. We've got the little box, which of course kind of goes with the tool aspect, but could equally be a little beer crate. It could be decorated up for many different occasions throughout the year, maybe even an Easter little box, or a vintage shabby chic box, for instance. Then we've got our bar open sign and our clinking beers or mugs of beer. Is it still a beer if it's in a beer mug? I suppose it is a beer in a beer mug, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes call them jugs or tankards, don't they?
So yeah, tankards of beer.
Yeah, tankards.
Clinking
We
tankards.
need Kim. Kim's the... To say expert sounds wrong, doesn't it?
Expert on alcohol.
She hangs around the pub. I'm going to stop.
I'd stop
'Cause
now
it's gonna
before
go
we get the
downhill.
assist and assist letters.
I'm waiting for Kim.
But
Where's
yes,
me
so
Kim?
tools are there with the beers as well. Then we move on to Game Over. So Game Over has got our little checkered set here. That's going to work really well with the sports car, with the turtle in, if you want to go down a whole racing vibe. Then you've got the games controllers. You've got the little pointy finger that comes onto the screens. We've then got the dollar sign, the little arrow, or you know, mouse arrow bit. Music notes as well. That tattoo design coming in here as well. So we've got kind of tattoo-esque elements. These are great for stamping on the t-shirt, like Gwen showed you on Hobbymaker the other day too. And of course, we've got our Space Radar arcade machine and our headphones to kind of really tie in that whole aspects of gaming. Then we move on to our text. So these ones, of course, are all A6 stamp sets, and there are 2 of these. There is Game On Sentiments and Sports Sentiments. Sports Sentiments. We've called this one Sports Sentiments just because it's kind of that sporty font, you know, like you get on the flags. But of course, they're actually nothing really to do with sports other than from your #1 fan, but or to a sport mad fan. But it kind of, what I'm trying to say is you've got a lot that takes you through the rest of the year too. Son, pop, daddy, brother, we love you, husband, I love you, nephew, grandpa, dad, father. It kind of ticks every box, doesn't it? And gives you that interchangeability between them. On this one, which is our Game On Sentiments, we've got Error 404 Get Well Soon, which Gwen absolutely loved. She really, really loved that one. I don't know if anyone else picked up on that. It's really lovely when we bring out our collection to see, especially our demonstrators, but you guys too, infuse over elements. And I really picked up Gwen's passion for that stamp. She really enjoyed that one. I don't know why, but she did. Then we've got Level Up, Game On, Happy Father's Day, Cool Dude, To a Dapper Chap, Happy Birthday, Thank You, Best Wishes, Racing By to Say, Time to Rev Up Some Fun, Another Lap Around the Sun, You Are an Original, Follow Your Dreams, Adventure Awaits, Good Luck, and Happy Birthday. Team this set with that set, you have got every single masculine sentiment we could possibly think of to take you through the whole year. It does not end there. We then have 3 DL background stamps. Now, every time we bring you a DL background stamp here at Creative Expressions, no matter the brand, you're going to know you're getting a pattern match stamp. If that is a term you've never heard of before, what does that actually mean, Jamie? You with your random ideas. This means that you can match it in any direction and it will perfectly match up. And this comes from stamping as a scrapbooker. I want to be able to buy a stamp and know that I can stamp this all over a 12x12 and create my very own backgrounds. But it doesn't stop there. This could be wrapping paper, this could be wallpaper, this could be whatever you want to stamp it on. The only limitation here is the size of the product you are stamping onto, because it will just carry on matching and matching and matching forever and a day. And it doesn't matter whether you go out the top of it, out the bottom of it, or out either side, that design will carry on. And that isn't just this one. That is, of course, our roadmap, our tyre tracks, and our circuit board. All 3 will do exactly the same. The circuit board, of course, and I'm sure you're one step ahead of me here, But your circuit board is going to go really well with your game over set, which is going to go really well with your game on sentiments. The tyre tracks are, of course, going to go really well with our little turtle in his sports car, ready to burn rubber. And that, of course, is also going to go perfectly with our roadmap set. So as you can see, the whole collection, I know it's a big collection, but it's designed to all work completely together to take you off on as many directions as you possibly can for all the masculine themed projects you need to be doing any time in the future. And although we say masculine, and we do refer to it as a masculine collection, there are so many elements across this board that don't have to be masculine. It's down to colours, styles and designs. And of course, the all important bit, the person you're sending them to. We cannot genuinely stand here and say something like, I don't know, a golf set has to be masculine. There are millions of women that play tennis, golf even. You could go into this set and pick out some of the elements from that one instead if you wanted to. That turtle could be a little baby girl turtle if it wanted to be. It could be a little pink sports car it sat in, maybe. Not that we have to go stereotypical. Or of course we could go to the gaming set, and I know a niece in my world who is obsessed with computer games, so it ticks that box too. So there is much more to it than just masculine, but it does certainly help us tick that box if that's something you've been struggling to do for many years, like most of us crafters have been. Now, all of these items are going to be available from our stockists as of 10 AM tomorrow morning, which is Tuesday morning. I'm going to give you a list of who they are going to be. There may well be more stockists who come in and order this collection in the coming days, weeks, months and years, but I can tell you that these are the ones who already had their orders in to make sure that their stock is going to be with them for 10 AM tomorrow. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will announce it right away, so you might have to keep an eye on them for a little while they catch up, but it does mean you've got a heads up that this product range is en route to these stockists, which is always important. At this stage, if any of these stockists or any of our stockists are with us this evening from wherever you are in the world, do pop us a link in the comments to tell us about you. Maybe you've got a store, maybe you've got a fair coming up, maybe you've got a workshop coming up, maybe you want a link to your website, whatever that may be, just one comment telling us a little bit about you, where we can find you would be really appreciated. In the meantime, let's give you a little list of where you're going to be able to purchase this collection from. So you will be able to find it at Into Craft, Gilly's Crafts, Affordable Crafting, Cheshire Crafts, Dragon's Paper Crafts, Hazel's Crafts, Glitter Bits Crafts and Gifts, Unicorn Crafts, The Craft Box, Craft Mania, and of course on Hobby Maker as well. And although some of the items have sold out from Hobby Maker, I think you've done a bit of rejigging, haven't you? Are we back in stock with everything, or is there still some bits?
There's a couple that are still out, but
naughty Peter. Star on the chart, but it does give you a list of where you can go to find some of these items. Recommended retail prices for you just quickly. This is quite simple to do if I remember them rightly. DL stamps are $11.99 each one, recommended retail. Your A6 stamps, to which there are 4 of, but I can only dig out 3, are $9.99. Your A5 stamps, which there are 2 of, these ones are $15.99 each, recommended retail price. And the stencils, there are 3 of those, and the recommended retail price for these is $6.99 each. They're just the prices we set as a recommended. Of course, shop around, have a little look. Lots of stockists will have them on offers, I'm sure, different prices, different postage offers. So have a little look around. That's why we give you a list of where they're going to be. Do we have any questions before we move on?
Yeah, so got a newbie, a lovely Jenny with us this evening. Said she's really struggling with embossing, so I don't know if there's anything we can do to show embossing.
Jenny,
maybe.
What type of embossing do you mean? Do you mean heat embossing with a stamp, as in with a stamp pad, an embossing powder and a heat gun? Do you mean dry embossing, as in with a stylus and a stencil? Or do you mean embossing folders, as in plastic ones that are going to go through your die cutting machine? If you let us know, we'll send Peter, Annika, David and Debbie. Never had you down as having 4 personalities before, but I think it works. Off to find the goodies that we need from another room. So let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to share something with you. In the meantime, while you're letting us know about that, if there's no other questions, we'll do a little demo. Any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Alison, a lovely glue lady, says you look very nice in your shirt tonight.
Oh, thank you very much, Alison. That's very kind of you. It is new. The tags were ripped off 5 minutes ago. You're very observant. It is a little bit baggy, not going to lie.
I have a feeling someone stole it from someone else.
We did tidy up the
saying.
wardrobes yesterday, and I found it with a tag on it, and I'm pretty sure Pete bought it and it isn't mine. And I was like, well, you haven't worn it.
Like,
I don't remember buying it. I'm now that size, it's mine. So here it is. So, very observant, Alison. Okay, this is the card that we're going to do for you to begin with. Now, this is using the brand new baby collection that came out last week from Jamie Rogers Crafts. I know that we gave you a list last week of places you can get hold of it. I know lots and lots and lots of you have been stocking up on this on Hobby Maker. So I know that loads of you are having your happy mail arrive already. But just because it's already out and just because you've already ordered it, doesn't mean that our inspiration needs to stop or wants to stop. We want to carry on bringing you inspiration with a collection. If it's just arrived through the door at your home, that's the perfect time to make sure you are being inspired with it. But it does mean I'm going to whisk through it quickly because I have a feeling we might have a response and we can share with you some more inspiration to something you might want to know more about. For this one, what we would do is we would bring in our outside square die set. Now, these, of course, are our lacy dies. Now, I say this, have I even got them here? Oh, I have. Here we are. So I'm going to use the largest from the Daisy Lace squares. Now, I know we've run through this several times before, but there are 4 different sizes in this one. We're going to go for the largest one. We're going to bring in the baby prints, and this one has 2 dies in it. So you've got a separate outside die to cut it out if you wish to, with a nice sort of scalloped pierced edge, or we can use the panel on its own, which is what we've done here, and that would then stay in your cardstock and it wouldn't cut out. By nesting it inside this frame, it will cut out, and when it does cut out, it's going to give us this beautiful wide frame running around it, but it will stay in the centre of our cardstock, as you can see. Now, you don't need to hear me go "nyeh" for the next 30 seconds while it does that, so I'll take these out of the way, and we will bring back in the panel that we've already created. Now, next, what we're going to do with this one is we're going to build it up onto our actual cards. We're going to bring in our card blank, and this looks like a big one. Let's have a little look and give you a measurement, shall we? I think we're going to be over 8 for this. We are about 8 1/4, and I'm not convinced that's square, but it should be. It is square. My eyes setting me off on a tangent. So 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. You don't have to do this as large as I have if you don't wish to, but I have gone for rather large. Jasmine reckons that's how wardrobe tax works, Peter. I agree with Jasmine. For years, I was a bit heavier, and Pete could get away with hoarding his new purchases without them being worn by anybody but him. But now I've got a little bit smaller. The gloves are off. If you don't wear it, it's mine, I'm afraid. It's the way it works. It's got to be one of the best bits about being a same-sex couple, though, to be honest with you.
For you, maybe.
What? It's got to be. It's got to be.
Come down and I'm like, hang on, that looks familiar.
Got to be. It's lovely. If the T-shirt hasn't dried, do not fear, we pinch Pete's. It's amazing. Okay, so moving up to our next level. So we're going to go back to that edge. Now, if you remember that edge that come in with, and I'm going to check actually, because I'm not convinced it is. Oh, it isn't. See, it's good I've checked. So we're going to go to the same size edges that come in with the squares. So that you get that same delicate edge with the handprints, but it's a lot smaller because it fits around the edge of that one. So we're going to go for the next size up, or the next size down, depending on how we look at it in this set. And we're going to bring that part in. We're then going to team this with our plain square dies. Now, these are the nesting dies that Gwen was using on air the other day. And of course, they're just plain squares, but nest, lots of different sizes. I've just picked one slightly down and I've sent that through. And instead of having a solid panel, which we would have had if we just used this piece, we're going to end up with a frame to work with instead, because we don't want to go covering up those lovely hand and footprints. So we're going to take off our foam tape off the reverse of this, and I'm working with our 1mm foam tape, just so it's got a little bit of prominence, but not too much, not too deep. We're postage conscious, which I know many of us are now, and rightly so. We're going to add that down over the top, and it just brings that same soft pink from the background right the way up to the top, and kind of draws it out from underneath those hand and footprints. We're then going to carry on, and we're going to bring in some more of our nested shapes. So we're going to use our circle, And we're going to bring this in and place it over the middle. Now you might have spotted I've got bits of foam tape under these that you can see through our toes, for instance. Because I was planning ahead, I knew I was going to be covering those up with the next level, so it doesn't matter. But of course, if you wasn't, then you might wish to add pads underneath the solid areas instead. We're going to add our circle down. And then we're going to go on to our circular version of these lovely daisy circles. Now, of course, you see the squares a moment ago, but these are the circular versions. So again, 4 different eyelet styles in this one, or 4 different eyelet sizes, I should say, and then 4 of your scalloped, kind of delicate edge circles as well. So 8 dies in total, lots and lots of options for these. And of course they tie in perfectly with the squares. Both the squares and the circles, recommended retail price for these is $29.99. We're going to add that down over the top. Now I purposely chose a pink circle that doesn't quite go over the side. It sits just under that edge so that we still get a little bit of a peekaboo edge to it, but it stops the hand and footprints from shining through from underneath it, just to give a slight point of difference. We're then going to go to our same circular set, and we're going to pick out that next panel down that comes within it with this beautiful edge to it, and we're going to layer that on here. And that just ties in this edge with the edge that runs around the edge of the circles, the edge that's running around the square, and the edge that runs around the daisy squares too. So we're just trying to make it really uniform and really pretty. Now from this stage, this card could be built up, obviously probably along a child theme because of the hand and footprints, but it could be built up with lots of different elements on the top of it. Now when we bought out the collection just last week, we bought you Essential Boy collection, we bought you the lovely pram, we bought you the rocking horse, and there's several other elements that could also come in and be built up on top of that card if you wanted them to be. What we're going to go for is we're going to go in for our lovely stamp and die set, and we're going to use, if I can find the brand new one to share with you, we're going to use Special Delivery, which is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to go for the stork carrying the baby. We could of course go for the baby or the bear or the balloons instead. Now with these sets, if you've not seen them before, you get a DL set of stamps and you get the matching dies to come in and cut out the matching components. So it just saves you having to fussy cut around them and tries to keep it as simple as it can. Whenever we have extra room in a set of stamps like this, we will fill them full of words and different decorations. So you've got best wishes on your new arrival. Did somebody order a baby? It's your baby shower. We've got a little bow as well. To the new parents, special delivery. Just to make sure you get the best value for money we possibly can. And these sets are $19.99. I can't talk about these without bringing in Pebble the bear as well. I know that you've kind of probably got bored of listening to my love of Pebble the bear, but Pebble the bear also came out at the same time, and as you can see, features the most gorgeous little bear in 3 different poses, and again lots of different expressions and sentiments, and a few decorative pieces to put around Pebble too, as well as a really cool actually debossed edged panel that you can stamp a lot of those onto if you would like to. Now, as I mentioned, we are going to stick with the stork, because that's the one that's on the finished card, so that's the one that we are going to aim for. So we're going to bring in that set of stamps, and we're going to bring in the die for the stork, and we're going to bring in a piece of card to work on. And we're going to remove Pebble. There's my little Pebble still in my stamp press. I can't part with Pebble. I love Pebble. Pebble's got many adventures ahead of him, I'm sure. But we're going to bring in the stork, and we're going to place that down onto our press, and we're going to pick that up. Has, was it Jasmine? Here I go again with my terrible memory, I'm sorry. Jasmine, Jackie, Jacqueline?
Jenny, I think.
Jenny! I got the J bit, that's as good as it gets. I'm so sorry, memory like a sieve. Has she replied and let us know what it was that she wanted to know more about?
She hasn't, but I wonder if we perhaps try with like a stencil maybe and emboss that just in case she comes back to watch it later, or...
We could do.
But no, if you're there, Jenny, just let us know what type of embossing.
If you're there,
is we're
come
going to go
back to Jenny.
Mystic Meg in a minute, aren't we?
We are going to. We need a Mystic Meg mask.
Meg. You too can
You too. Maybe we could get a little crystal ball and one of them little like tablecloths for you to sit at. That'd be good. We should do that. Every week we should set you up in a different scene.
We should.
I don't know when we're going to fit the time in for this little
prop game.
Maybe we could have multiple scenes and you could run round them with your different masks. So we could have little Challenge Annika set up in one shell suit corner, Mystic Meg set up with a little table.
I've got to do a wardrobe change as well, have I?
Oh yeah, you have a lot of time. You don't do a lot. I have to work. You just sit there. So I feel you could do it. I think we could have you in different sets in between.
Goodness me.
This is possibly getting a little bit above our budget and room and time and all of them things. But I'm up for it. I think it could be fun. Do you like the way I'm saying I'm up for it when actually I don't have to do any more? I've just got to sit here and let you do it. I think this could be good.
Anyway, for a sensible question. Kathleen, lovely Kathleen. Evening, Kathleen.
Evening, Kathleen.
She said, looking at your magnetic sheet, is there any news on stocking a replacement sheet sometime? Well, they are in stock at HQ, aren't they? The 3-pack.
They are, yes. So the magnetic sheets we've managed to source and bring back already, which I'm sure Annika could go and get. But, you know, Annika hasn't yet moved. Are
not as
like
good as a wind turbine.
The magnetic sheets like these ones is all right, we'll use this one, it's fine. Don't worry, Annika. Sit back down, don't rush.
I had my mask on, I'm in shell suit.
So they're like this one, so they're non-sticky back, they're just a magnetic sheet on its own at A4. You get 3 in a packet. I think the recommended retail price is $8.99, but I could be wrong on that. Or Annika's given me the thumbs up, I think we're good. So $8.99 for a 3-pack. The ones I have on my boards, these are MDF boards. And these ones are self-adhesive, but you could glue the other ones on or tape the other ones on if you wanted to, but these ones are self-adhesive ones. We are still working on trying to get hold of those. There's no news on that yet, but as soon as we have news on the self-adhesive ones, we will of course let you know. So now that's gone through, our die has perfectly matched up with our stamp, and we have now cut out our lovely stork flying through the sky, delivering that little bundle of joy. Now I would cheat, or I wouldn't cheat, I would just colour before I cut. You don't have to, you can do your cutting first and then colour, but I find it easier if while it's still on its thing, I've got somewhere to hold while I'm colouring. I do often use a magnetic board and I'll anchor that down so that it's in place while I'm working on it to make sure nothing moves, and then I can colour away. I personally do a lot of colouring for things like this in front of the TV of an evening, and then I can go to my craft room. The next day I'll come into work, go to my craft room, and then make the cards out of all of the bits I've coloured. I kind of find it a bit of a bonus if I walk in the morning and I've already got 20 things coloured, because I know that's kind of 20 cards part done, and actually I'd managed to do them while sitting and watching telly, which is something I kind of quite enjoy doing. I don't know about you guys, but TV's great, but I kind of have to be doing 2 other things whilst watching it. I'm not very good at relaxing and just watching TV. I kind of have to have 4 other things going on in my head. Whether that's posting on Facebook or answering questions or colouring in, there's always something to be being done whilst the telly is kind of waffling on. Okay, so from that point, all I would then do is bring in a ribbon and add a ribbon to this. Now, last week we introduced you to the 134 different types of ribbon we now are bringing you through Creative Expressions. So there are lots and lots of options. I've chose to go for 2 on this project. I've got our sheer ribbon with a white dot printed on it, and I've got our slightly wider plain sheer ribbon. And all I would do is pick both of them up together. I would open up my card, I would put them onto the inside of it, and I would bring them round and tie those into a bow together. I'm not worried if they sit together perfectly. This is more about giving me a more impressive bow, and actually, in honesty, about having lots of different threads hanging from it, because I kind of like the look of multiple threads. So we're going to bring those up and we're going to tie them off into our loops. Now, I'm never very good at tying bows, especially live, but we'll give it a whirl. We'll see how it ends up. If it ends up looking awful, then we'll put it apart and we'll do it again. Okay, what one do we need to pull for that one? I think that's that one, so I think we're going to pull this one. The science of a good bow, eh? And then we're just going to play around with them. I quite like that. I'm happy with that. That will do. And then we're going to bring in some scissors, if we can find some in our little pot. And we're just going to cut these off at different points, just so we've got a little variation of ribbons hanging down. Has Jenny from the block returned?
She hasn't.
Oh.
No. Jackie's appeared. Evening, Jackie.
Evening,
She
Jackie.
says, hi, Jamie, Pete and everyone. I cannot wait for my men's collection to arrive.
Oh, well done, Jackie. You're going to have a lot of fun with that one. Do you know, and I love it, and I do love it. I love the fact that we have Gwen and we've got Francoise. Obviously, Francoise, of course, designs her products, so I can't really muscle in too much on that one, can I? But with the Creative Expressions products, it's very hard handing them over. It's very hard. I'd like to do everything, but it's not fair to do everything, and it is so enjoyable to see Gwen's take and version on products. So it's nice to be able to share that sort of experience and see her version of it. But it is hard. It is hard. I will be honest, I do keep making bits and pieces, don't I?
You do.
I get a bit carried away. I'm like, it's Gwen's show, but maybe I could just send a half a dozen cards, and half a dozen becomes a dozen, and then before I know it, I've done lots. And I can tell you actually something I can give away. What are we from the side?
If the Naughty Star's coming out now or
No,
not.
I don't think this is naughty. I think this is fair.
Okay.
Oh, and you could.
Here we go.
Oh, you could get the other thing that's in the orange bag we bought in this morning that we haven't yet told anybody about. That I keep thinking I'm going to post about, but I haven't posted about it. So you could go get it and we could show it.
And breathe. I think Kim mentioned it, possibly.
Did she? Tonight?
There was an article.
There's an article. There is an article. Go get it then,
Is Annika going?
Go on, Annika.
Or David.
Go on. I don't mind which one of you goes. I just want me magazine. But on a side note, the men's collection and the masculine collection will be featuring in one of the magazines. I would tell you which one, but I can't remember which one it is. But there is several magazine articles all coming out around Christmas. We'll try and keep you posted with them. But there is one of them that will feature. It might be creative stamping, but there is an article coming out with several cards made with that collection to give you even more inspiration, again, a little while down the line. But the magazines kind of run at a slightly different speed to everything else, so which again is good because it means that we get more inspiration a little while later as well, which is nice. I always think it's awful. We put so much work into these collections and you guys come in and spend your hard-earned pennies on them or pounds on them. It's unfair to move on too quickly and stop bringing the inspiration with them. So yeah, absolutely, if we can, we'll always try and bring more inspiration if we can do. So Pete's going to go get that magazine for us, or Annika, depending on who he may be. He shouldn't be too many minutes. I don't know what takes him so long. He'll come back, I'm sure. But we do need to come up with a question for the evening to win the card, don't we? Have I wrote down a question? I don't think I have. We'll come up with that in just a moment. So while we wait for Pete, let's see. And if you have any more questions that you would like answers to this evening, please let us know. Oh, Jasmine reckons that you're getting a bit tough and you're going to have to trade in your buggy for a mobility scooter. Did you see that comment and not read it out, or have you not yet seen it? No, I think she read you. I don't think she was on about the real Annika. I'm sure the real Annika is still very sprightly. Have we got it? So I can't show you too much of this because obviously the idea is the surprise is when you get your magazine. But we'll have a little peek because it's always nice for you to see it. So there's our lovely Tony. We love Tony, don't we? Tony's amazing. She's such a lovely lady, Tony. Anyway, I digress. On here we've got Creative Stamping magazine. And in this one you will find there's a little sneaky ear, new woodware inspiration. And of course there is a lovely set of free stamps from Tony. They're really nice, aren't they? I love them. I like the little ice skaters. I'm going off on a tangent again, aren't I? I'm sorry. But in here you will also find, oh, cheeky, there's our lovely Francoise Reed hanging out there on the corner of the art page. And she has got for you woodware inspiration. And there is multiple pages of that within that magazine. So if you would like to track that down, you are looking for Creative Stamping, issue 154. And your free gift is that set of stamps. That's a bargain, isn't it? I'm trying to find you a price. I think they're $9.99. They're $9.99. Yeah. They are $9.99. But you'd pay more than that for your set of stamps, wouldn't you? I love magazines. I think you get so much out of them. They're such a bargain. So we'll pass that back off to Annika. Any questions, let us know. But if you haven't already tracked that one down or haven't already seen it, then do go get it. And of course, let us know. What are you chuckling at now?
Stop trying to get me told off. It was the real Annika.
I feel it
Not
was about Pete. I'm
me.
sorry, there was no Annika on the comment other than Peter.
Although some mornings I do feel like, you know.
Some mornings you don't need a mobility scooter, you need an undertaker.
Wow.
But you know, it comes to us all, doesn't it? It comes to us all. Okay.
Full of energy, me.
Full of energy. Full of energy. To know about this. Okay, anyway, enough marriage guidance. Let's have a look at this card. This is the one that we're going to do next. And this is one that I've had here to share with you for absolutely weeks, and I never seem to get round to it. And tonight I thought we'd have a little look at it because it's one of my faves. I really love it. I think we might have shared it on a post, and I feel you've seen it in that format, maybe. But I don't even know if we ever shared it. But I thought it was a nice one to share with you. And we're going to rush through it because there's not too much stuff to tell you about. But it is nice for you to get to see how it comes together and give you a little bit of a glimpse. And this is something I love being able to do. It's kind of bringing together different parts of our brand as such, or different eras, different times, different people, whatever that may be. So for this one, we are going to be using the lovely lattice squares, which is part of the Dies to Dot collection, another recent release. If you've not seen Dies to Dot before, they are literally dies which add in debossed dots for you to add gems to, add glitters to, add different products onto. On top of that one, we are going to be adding the Moroccan lace border from the Wings of Wonder collection, which is a big collection that I did under Creative Expressions when I was back with them originally. I know this gets confusing. One day I'll come up with a better way to explain this. But when I was with them before we took them over and before they become part of the Jamie Rogers Crafts world and then become Creative Expressions, and now I'm even losing myself, this was one of the dies I designed for them at that stage. And it works brilliantly because it kind of ties in that lacy look that we're going to be working with. I've also added onto this, going off on more tangents, our lovely traditional poinsettia die set from Jamie Rogers Crafts, and there is also a Sue Wilson entwined holly die on it. So lots of different parts of the Creative Expressions umbrella all coming together to work together, which I always think is really, really lovely. So we're going to start off with our card blank. Now Peter, there is no subtle way for me to do this. We haven't come up with a question for this evening to give away the cards. We've totally forgot it. It's not on my little card. I 100% blame you. I don't know why, I don't know how, and I really shouldn't. I'm going to blame you. So over to you to come up with a question and pass it in for me.
As we're covering, I don't know, I'm just trying to think out loud now. Perhaps I'm not.
Don't think out loud, that's dangerous.
Oh.
So sticking your panel down before you're ready. So we're going to work on an 8x8 card. We've got an ivory card, and we're going to add on top. Oh, Kim's telling us there's more in that magazine. Get that magazine back, Peter. Have a little look at page 20 to 24. We didn't dig that far, did we?
Oh.
Is that by Christine?
It is.
Oh, let's have a look at that. So on we're going on to our card with our decollage squares. Now this again is one of our sets of dies. It comes with a stitch line and we're going to add in 2 layers of that panel. We're then going to bring in our Dies to Dot die set, and this is that lovely lattice square. So we've got our main panel. This one does not have an edge attached to it, so a bit like the hand and footprints. We can cut that in and it will stay in our panel. We could nest it into a larger die if we prefer, and it would have a lovely edge running around it. But it does come with its own edge, and this edge again has a debossed element running around the pattern so that we have the perfect placement to add a little gem or a pearl, whatever it may be, if we wish to use it together. Now this set, because I fell in love with this was in Dies to Dot release 1, because I fell so in love with this square set, we actually went on to do another panel set, so one of these panels, with the next size up in that, so that you've got another square to go around it. And then because I still wanted more, we then did a nesting set of different sizes that take you right the way down to about a 2" by 2" square, just because I found this position element so great to work with. For this card, we would nest both together and we would cut them out, and it would give us this effect. Now in the middles, I don't know how well you're going to see this, but in the middles we have got our debossed dot for us to go in and add to. We're not going to use the middles because we don't have to use all of it. We're going to use the deboss dot running around the edge, and we're going to put the pearls onto the edges instead. We're then going to remove this off and take away our foam tape. Now, our question guru of the evening, 10 out of 10 guru.
Is it good?
That's a good question. I like it. This evening, to win the cards that we are making, we would like to know, what is your favourite Jamie Rogers Crafts woodware or creative expressions collection? Now, this could be past or present, obviously woodware and creative expressions. Huge brand way before they got involved with us here at Jamie Rogers Crafts, and then become our kind of parent brand, if you will. So you might want to mention one of the previous releases, maybe Sue's lovely Pet Pals collection, for instance, maybe Jane Gill's amazing Halloween collections. It could be anything or nothing from previous, or something right slap bang new that you absolutely love. Maybe it's Sue's latest fishing collection, or maybe it's one of the Dies to Dot collections, or maybe it's my lovely baby collection. The choice is yours. You can have multiple if you wish, but anything that starts with a collection name, Pete will take into account, and he will pick one winner to win what we've made this evening. Now, I am just adding these pearls back in where I can see they fell off. Being honest with you, this has sat in a kit pocket for a little while, and I think it's got a little bit beaten up. So a couple of my pearls have gone away. We're going to bring in another one of our deckled squares, and we're going to add that into the centre. And this is why I didn't worry about adding the pearls into the middles of the points, because I knew all I was going to see was around the edge, that little lattice fretworky bit, because it really is down to us how much or how little we share or show. We're then going to take a next panel up, and we're again just going to use one of our decal edge squares with the stitch line inside to be our next layer up on this construction. And then we're going to add on to that our Moroccan lace border. So with our Moroccan lace border, this one again has separate edges to it. So we're going to go for our main panel, and instead of using the edges which come with it, because there is a top and a bottom as separate dies, we're going to leave them off. So that would stay in your card exactly as you see it. You can match it up so it can be as long as you want it to be. Again, coming at this when designing as a scrapbooker, knowing that I might want this to be a border that runs across a page. But it also means we can bring in a nested die. So for this one, we're going to go back to our decal edge squares, and we're going to cut this through together. Now you might want to cut that one and then place that over the top to cut it out, or vice versa. It doesn't matter what way around we go. But if we cut them together, we will end up with a panel that we can add onto our card. Now for my finished one, I actually trimmed it down slightly. I did that, but I didn't want to keep the decals because I'd got the decals on this panel. So I've trimmed it down on a guillotine, but it was cut out for me as such, so that I've got a slightly smaller panel that's going to fit in the middle of this one. And we're going to bring that in, and we're going to place it down just inside the stitch lines. So trim it out or die cut it, choice is yours. Then from there, we're going to bring in our lovely holly branches, a twin holly I believe this is, from Sue, and we're going to bring in our poinsettia. Now, a bit like with the baby card, how I kind of mentioned that this could be dressed up for so many different things. We're about to turn this Christmas. It doesn't have to be in the slightest. Those flowers could be left off. You could again bring in any of those baby elements. You imagine adding a little Pebble the bear stamped and coloured down here on the side instead, and this being for a different reason. Maybe bringing in Pebble the bear with the little heart and turning this into a wedding card instead. Painting that little heart into be a nice ivory pearlescent heart, and then adding that on down here to give a really lovely elegant pearl effect. Or it could be left plain as it is, or it could have a sentiment on it. The options really are endless. It's the base that's the important bit. But we're going to carry on dressing this for our Christmas, and we're going to bring in our poinsettia with our holly and finish that one off on the side. And that gives you a little glimpse at how we could create that card. I hope that's okay. I hope that made sense. I know it was quick, but it's about trying to bring you a little bit of inspiration quite quickly on how you can use all of the different elements you're going to find throughout all of the different collections we bring you. And like this, bringing back a product which is, I'm going to say 3 years old, to something that isn't even 3 months old, but yet working them together, creating brand new creations, creating brand new looks, brand new ideas with them, because genuinely that's something we absolutely love to do. Now with this article, so we're still in the same magazine. We've just, thanks to Kim, found a little bit more, which we should have seen. Look at it, it's even on the front, Pete. Honestly, what are we like? Dazzled by Tony, I was. Dazzled. If we have a little look on the inside of this, and again, I won't show you it all to you because that really isn't what magazines are about, but we do have a little bit of magic and inspiration from Christine. Christine's one of our DT members. How did I not know this was in here? I have a feeling she told me and I totally forgot because I have a memory like a sieve. But Christine is in here playing around with mica powders, including our enchanted sprinkles, to give you some amazing educational, inspirational ideas on what you could be creating with them. So again, another reason for you to grab hold of Creative Stamping Magazine issue 154. Thank you, Kim, for telling us that's there. That's twice I've tried to pass you that magazine and we've dropped it. It's going to start to take it personal. Twice that poor magazine has hit the decks. No, it's not your fault. I think it's our hand-eye coordination tonight. It's terrible. Twice I've subtly gone like that with a magazine and then basically might as well just stood here and threw it. Nevertheless, thankfully magazines aren't fragile. That's all I can say to that one. Okay, how are we doing? Any questions, Pete? Has Jenny returned? Or is she off still wandering around that block?
I think she is.
What's she like?
A lot of love for lots of different products and ranges. Sue, evening Sue.
Evening,
she
Sue.
says your pierced collection from the old CE, specifically the oval heart frame. She says it won a crafty heart over hook, line and sinker. Is this where Annika has to go running through the...
No.
Or Dale Winton goes running
Pete
through the
wasn't
aisle.
Here, I'd tell you more.
You would?
Well, I might do. There might be additions to that on the drawing board for next year. Some point. Got the
You're getting the look
from the
as
corner.
well.
But I'm with you. I loved the Pierce collection. Absolutely adored it. So much beautiful detail that, yeah, we kind of... I'm not done with that. Do you know what I mean by that? Sometimes I think you can go, do you know what, that was a lovely collection, but I don't think I'm going to revisit it. I've kind of give that everything I can give that. It's great, but I've done what I can do with it. And then other collections come out, and funny enough, it ties into the next demo, and you're like, brill, that was version 1, this is version 2. Actually, we can have 50 more versions. And I think the Pierce collection's one of those that might have to have another airing, might have to have a few more additions to it. We'll see. We'll see. But there might be a little note on a whiteboard somewhere about that. We'll see if it comes into fruition next year.
A lovely Charlene is with us. Morning, Charlene. She's in
Oh, look at you showing off
Well,
that you
I
know
think-
what the time is in Canada.
And she's one of the teachers. Sorry, Charlene. She's run health lessons at the paper. Is it Paper and Ink Boutique in Calgary? Do I get a star or a naughty star?
Do you get a star or a nice
I
star?
don't know. I'm worried now. He's giving me the look.
No, look, Pete, you were doing very well.
She said she's got many favourites. Right at the moment, she's enjoying the Rebecca and Rodney stamp and die sets. They've been really popular, those, haven't they?
They have been very, very, very popular. And I am with you on that one. They are lovely to work with. I do love them. And yes, you are right, Charlene is an amazing... She isn't just a teacher. She is an amazing teacher. She genuinely is. I keep a very close, beady eye on what they're up to at the Paper and Ink Boutique. And yeah, she does some incredible classes, incredible techniques, very educational. I'd like to pop over one day and go for a little class.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I would. I'd really, really love to. I'd really love to.
There you are, Charlene. We'll be there at some point.
Maybe we could just
If we're
pop in
welcome,
a disguise.
We could just turn up. I could
Pop
wear
in
my
a
mask.
disguise.
That'd
You
be
could.
like-
If you went in your David Beckham mask, I am sure nobody'd have a clue who or what you were.
Charlene might.
Charlene will be like, oh, it's Pete. And the rest of them will be on the floor thinking they're being held up.
They would, wouldn't they?
Held up by a David Beckham mask.
She might not have. She might have
You
missed.
go in there with your thumbs up.
Sorry, she might have missed David Beckham earlier.
She might have missed David Beckham. We don't need to
That's
relive
good.
it just
No, we
yet.
don't.
I don't know if I feel safe enough to relive David Beckham twice in one
She
night.
said we'd love to have you pop over. The door is always open. It's nice.
That is nice. Yes, that is nice. Yes, one day I promise. I'd love to go to Canada anyway. I
I
really
would.
would love to go to
Beautiful.
Canada. It looks stunning. So yeah, maybe one day. You never know. Okay, so while me and Peter are off doing our Thomas Cook travel plans, what have we done?
You can book it when you're Thomas Cook it.
Can you?
Who remembers that?
You did, apparently.
I can't remember what I did yesterday, but suddenly that just come from somewhere.
What was the Lum Polly one with the... Was it flamingos that spoke to each other? I feel we would be very similar to the flamingos. I feel if somebody was to compare us to something, we would be closer to the... What did they used to say? Oh, that's going to bug me now, innit?
Oh, yeah, I can hear it. Well, I can't hear it because I know it. Ron Polly, that was about for ages, wasn't it?
That was about for ages. And I feel like the stores had lots of flamingos in them. That was pre-Budweiser, weren't it?
It was.
I'm sorry, here we started by talking about Canada and Charlene, and now we're off talking about Lum Polly, which I am pretty sure that Charlene is going to have absolutely no idea about.
Does it get away for less or something?
No, it weren't that long. It was like Maureen, she's cheap. One of them, weren't it? But it weren't. I can't remember what it was. Poor Maureen. Okay, so what we've done, we've taken the nested tile die set, we've taken the Christmas stamp set, we've stamped this one out and we've brought in the nesting die to cut it out. The nesting dies have a lovely deboss line running around the edge of them, so you end up with a really luxurious finish on the inside. The stamp is really easy to match up with because of the line fits with inside the die. So you really can't go wrong. It's simple to match up, simple to cut out. If you've not seen the tile collection before, this is of course the Christmas tile collection. There is actually 3 everyday versions of stamps that also match up to that same tile die. When we launched this on Hobbymaker just last month, I say last month, was it last month? Was it the month before? I have no idea.
I'm busy on Lum Polly. It was Getaway. Getaway. And then
You never said getaway.
I did say getaway.
You didn't say. You had something
said
long.
Get away for less.
Oh, well, that's just no, Peter.
Laura sent me links to the Lum Polly YouTube thing with flamingos.
Get away is very different to get away for less.
Well, I added the for
If you were paid by the letter, that's going to cost a lot more. Get away. Something like that, weren't it? I don't have.
And then the other one blinked off on holiday. That's what Jasmine says.
See? I bet nobody expected on tonight's live we would be chatting about Lum Polly.
See, I'm with Sharon. Well,
What's
that's a bit,
Sharon say?
but Sharon reckons that everyone needs to get buy-ins to me and you can go to Canada for a holiday.
We'll turn it into a works trip. We don't mind. I'd like to go to Canada's Wonderland.
To where?
To where?
Wonderland. Oh, it's a theme park.
It's the wrong Wonderland, but it is Canada's Wonderland. That was the Axel Foley Wonderland.
Oh.
But I would like to go to Canada's Wonderland. Is that anywhere near you, Charlene? Could we convince Pete that it could be a holiday and I could go to a theme park?
Is it near Calgary?
I have no idea. Okay, so what we've done here is we've brought in some of our paper. What's this one called? The Hessian one?
Linen texture.
Linen texture. And we've used the green and the red and then some gold mirror card. All of those are Jamie Rogers Crafts products. And then we're going to add on some ivory card onto the top of that, just to give us a really traditional Christmas palette as we kind of run through the layers. We're then going to bring in, this is lovely, this is our nested poinsettia die set, which isn't called that at all, but I forgot the name. Very unprepared this evening, I do apologise, but it's this set here. So we have a lovely oval to it, we have our main filigree panel with poinsettias in it. You're then straight away going to notice that you've got that tile opening element in the middle. You have a die that matches that, and that of course ties in to match up with the stamps as well. On top of that, we've got a slit panel that goes in it, which we can use on the inside of that panel to cut out as a lovely filigree panel with slits in. Or we can leave this one out of the way, can place that in there, and we can cut that out with that effect running through it. We then have 2 corners that coordinate with that slit style, which of course we could get rid of that and use those together all year round to make up a lovely panel if we prefer. But if we continue back to where we were with that one being on the inside of this one and take those ones out of the way, we also have 2 poinsettia corners that match in with it perfectly as well. And then that scalloped oval fits around the outside to trim that out if we want. But it does not end there. Originally, in Tile Collection 1, we did the Elegant Butterfly die set. And in the middle of this one, you will find a lattice die. And that lattice die can be swapped out for that striped die and will fit in there to give you a lattice effect instead if you prefer. So lots of interchangeability between the original one of these and the new poinsettia version of these. For our card, we are going to stick with it as a solid. So we don't need these corners just yet. We don't need the slitty panel. We don't need the insert panel. All we need is the main panel and the outside scallop edge to run around it. And we would go ahead and we would cut that in gold mirror card to give us our first layer that we're going to bring in and place down. We're then going to bring in a coconut white version of exactly the same item cut out in exactly the same way, but this time just in coconut white. And again, we're going to go for our 1mm foam tape on the reverse of this. And we're going to drop shadow that on the mirror card. By drop shadow, I mean instead of lining it up perfectly, we're literally going to do what it says on the tin as such. We're going to drop it slightly down, slightly across, so we end up with a drop shadow appearing from underneath our panel. So we get this lovely golden halo coming around in the side. I love working with gold mirror card. It's something that you will see sneak into an awful lot of the creations I make. But sometimes it can be a bit over the top because it's gold and gold can be a bit heavy. Doing this, we just tone it down, we just make it slightly more subtle. It's still there, it's still present, it still matches our mats and layers, it still matches our gems that are coming up, but it's not quite so heavy. This panel could also be used in both directions, which is quite lovely. It will work whatever way round you wish to take it. We're going to stick to a portrait because we're going to bring in our matching tile panel, which has already been coloured, and add that onto our main place. We're then going to bring in our poinsettia, and I've already done this. I've gone ahead and from our lovely linen paper, I have cut out our ferns and our poinsettia, and we're actually going to bring it and we're going to place it off to one side this time for a point of difference, so it kind of sits on that corner instead. On the original, I put it over the top in the centre, which of course works just as well if you prefer. What we're then going to do is we're going to decorate these open areas. So we've got 4 corners that come within the die set. So let's add them on to finish this off. We've got them, they work, they're beautiful. Let's add in that beautiful detail. How's Sharon's GoFundMe going for our Canadian holiday?
Well, I don't think it's really getting anywhere, but Charlene says it's in Ontario, which is about a 4 or 5 hour flight from Calgary.
Oh dear.
That's quite a while.
That's a holiday and a holiday.
That is a holiday.
That's a holiday and a holiday and a holiday, that is. Okay. Do you have any theme parks near you? This is the next question. Not that our holidays have to be theme park related, it just tends to be what I can win Pete over with, you know, so that we can pop off and explore. It helps if I can't convince him it's a business expense, that it's a holiday instead. So we're bringing a sheet to work on, and we're going to bring in our glue, and we're going to use our foam applicator, and we're going to go over the reverse of each of our corners just to add some glue onto these. And then we can pick those up and add these in place on our card. And we're going to come in just slightly in from the edge. Oh, I don't know what we like, trying to encourage Sharon to set up a GoFundMe page for Challenge Annika's holidays. If the crafts ever fail, Pete, and the business does go belly up, maybe we could open Challenge Annika's holiday adventures. We could send you out in a shell suit.
And Pete.
No, I was just thinking of you.
In a shell suit.
In a shell suit with your multiple masks. You could tour the globe doing holiday adventures. One minute we could have you on the side of a mountain like Annika did. The next we could have you in a football stadium like Beckham. Debbie McGee could come in handy for Vegas.
Good. That'll be like Gloria Hunniford's travels. We'll bring her into it next. Bless her.
So we need a Gloria Hunniford mask and
Used to love her holiday
a Mystic
programmes.
Meg mask. I'm going to have to get these off of the website that Kim keeps sending us masks from. We can't keep having Kim send us to them. It's a bit cheeky. Going to put in a fund for our masks soon. Okay, and that completes card number 3. Hopefully that's okay and gives you a little bit of inspiration on what you could be creating with the Christmas tile collection. And as an evening, hopefully gives you a bit of inspiration on what you could be creating with just some of the different items we've brought to you recently, whether it's the baby collection, whether it's the dies to dot, whether it's the tile collection. I'm hoping that that gives you a little bit of inspiration on what you could be creating and answers a couple of your questions, and hopefully gives you a bit of a mojo boost if that's something you've been struggling with recently. It's sometimes a bit tricky, isn't it? So yeah, hopefully helps. I see Christine mentions the glue trick. The only bit to remember with this is that this will go hard. It will set hard, but I literally just keep one tool and one foam applicator for that purpose. And then I have one of our blending mats that it doesn't matter that it, again, gets a bit harder and gets a bit of a skin over the top of it. I just use these two for that purpose, and I can leave them weeks in between. They can go as hard as they need to, and yeah, I bring some glue in, add it to the top of it, and I'm back to being able to apply it without it having to be on my skin or being anywhere near me. Not that I found any reason that I can't, it's just a bit cleaner and a bit easier, and I also find that I can get more intricate with one of these over the areas than you can if you put it on you. So yeah, I find that a really good tip to work with, and I keep 2 of them sort of sets, 2 of that blending mat and applicator sets. I have one for our dried clear glue, and then I have one for our sticky glue, because of the sticky glue is a bit of a different beast, and where that tool, where this applicator will go hard, with the sticky stuff glue, it will actually just stay really, really sticky and really, really spongy. The glues are 2 different properties, so they react very differently. So I do keep 2 of them. I don't know if I've got the other one in here. Oh, I think it might be in the other drawer, but I've got my mat, and you'll also find that the mat stays sticky, so I don't really want to contaminate the 2, so I keep 1 each for each thing in a drawer down here to the side, and then I have the same in my craft room as well, and I have the same in my travel cases to go to the telly, because it just means then that way I've got the tools and the blending mats for each eventuality. Does anyone have any more questions before we leave you in peace for this evening? Hopefully it's been an okay evening for you all, and we've given you a bit of inspiration and told you a little bit more about that masculine collection if you haven't already seen it. Other bits I could tell you actually is what's coming up. What is coming up in the world of creative expressions this week? Get me flour off of there. So Thursday at 7 p.m, Gwen will be right back here on this channel where you're watching this right now on the Creative Expressions main page. She will be right here 7 p.m. With some inspiration and ideas to celebrate the launch of our brand new masculine collection with all of our stockists around the world. Sunday at midday, and these are really lovely actually. I need to catch up on this week's with Emma, but every Sunday at midday one of our DT team are coming onto our Creative Expressions main page, and they're just basically, it's a bit like AOL chat rooms of 20 years ago, but I love it. They're coming on and they're sharing a few photos with you, and they're telling you a little bit about them and what they get up to, and giving you the opportunity to ask them questions and showing you different bits of their world, and again a bit more inspiration too. So if you haven't seen it, if you haven't joined in with it already, you don't have to be there on midday on Sunday. Like Emma's from Sunday yesterday, you can go back and catch up anytime, and I'm sure Emma will come on and answer your questions even though it's kind of 24 hours later. And of course you can track back through the previous weeks as well. But it's our way of trying to introduce you all a little bit more, so that if you've got a question on a card that you see that Emma's created or Lynn's created or Ian's created, that you don't feel shy about asking, well actually what was this and what was that and where was that, and it gives you kind of a bit of an opening into those conversations as well as getting to know the team, because that, to us, that's something that's really important. You probably get from our lives, me and Pete are quite open books. What you see is what you get. Highs, the lows, the middle bits, we are just what we are. And as a brand and as a company, that's kind of important to us, that everybody under our umbrella kind of fits in with that world, because we know as a crafter, you might want to ask how something was done or what was used to create this or to create that. So it's important that there are no barriers and that you can kind of talk to us about anything you ever need to, and that we're here to support you as much as you're here to support us. I know it's silly, but that's just the way we work. So that's Sunday at midday. You can join in with the DT chats any week. They're happening every week. They're scheduled for. But this week, a new DT, or not a new DT, another DT member will be taking over the reins to host the chat for you. Then on Monday at 7 p.m, it will be sneaky peek time with me. What will I be sneaky peeking, Pete? We can't tell them, can we?
We can't.
We cannot tell you. It will be our brand new brand that will be sitting here in a little frame, telling you all more about it and getting to share with you what you could be creating with it. I know I'm not allowed to tease you or tell you too much. All I can genuinely tell you is I am so truthfully excited about bringing you this brand. It is something I love with all of my being. I know that sounds silly, and when you see what it is and what it does and what it's all about, you might think he's lost the plot. But it's just something that to me is different and fun and creative and enjoyable. I'll show you more next week, but join us next Monday to find out more about our brand new brand for our sneaky peek, and we'll introduce you to all of it and tell you more about it. But it is certainly an evening not to be missed, and I think you're going to have a lot of questions, and it is going to be one of them nights you want to bring a pen and paper with you, I think. So if you are around next Monday evening, come and join us for that. It should be a good laugh. Are there any questions before we leave them all in peace?
Well, I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer it. Charlene is asking if there's any word on what Francoise is working on with the next woodware. Maybe a little hint as to things. It's good, isn't it? Oh, it's good.
I will go out on a limb here, and I know I'm just full of teasing tonight, aren't I? I will go out on a limb here and tell you that I have a feeling it's going to be the most popular woodware collection to date ever in the history of woodware. And I could be wrong, but I think you guys are going to have your socks blown off by it. I was, Pete was, everybody who's had it, seen it and looked at it so far has gone, oh. I think it's good. I don't want to tell you anymore. It's down to Francoise to kind of introduce it to you when it's ready. We've got a little way to go, so there is a bit of time to wait yet, but it's good. So it's worth the wait. It's good. It's new. It's good. You're going to love that. Yeah, not too long to wait, but it's this year, but a little way to go just yet. Any other questions that you want to get me in trouble for answering?
Get you in trouble?
Get me in trouble? Set me up with?
You're the boss.
Anybody? That doesn't matter.
No, I don't think so. I think we're all good.
No?
Sue said she loved Emma's craft room. She's so jealous.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, well, I looked at that. I had a bit of craft room envy. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I was very impressed. Very organised. Lots of colour as well. Nice and inspiring. My room looks like a bomb's hit it most of the time, and it's not very tidy, and it's not very good, and it's not very inspiring. So yeah, I was a bit jelly. Thought that looked good. Very nice room. Yeah. Okay, so one quick run through again. Your masculine collection will be available as of tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The stockists you will be able to find this from are Into Crafts, Gilly's Crafts, Affordable Crafting, Cheshire Crafts, Dragon's Paper Craft, Hazel's Crafts, Glitter Bits Crafts and Gifts, Unicorn Crafts, The Craft Box, Craft Mania and Hobby Maker. I am also going to give a little shout out to Glitter Bits. Come to see us today, didn't they?
We did.
We had Mel and Rita. It was today.
Yeah, nice to see them, wasn't it?
I thought you said it was yesterday.
Oh no.
You had me, that was fear there. That was fear I'd missed today. It was today. It was today. I knew it was today. Mel and Rita come to see us today, and it was lovely. It's always lovely when a stockist pops by here at HQ. Really enjoyable chats. It's always nice for us to get to see the stockists and have chats with them and kind of talk about what's coming up, show them bits and give them sneaky peeks. Dad know what woodware's working on. All I'm saying. So yeah, lots and lots going on, and yeah, just a really lovely day I actually spent with them, and hopefully some inspiration and ideas coming your way from those too. If you've not already found Glitter Bits Crafts and Gifts, they are located in Morsley.
Kettering, near Kettering,
Morsley.
isn't it?
Kettering is the bit I remember. So yeah, not far from Kettering. They're a lovely little store. Gwen was there recently for a demo day. Could tell you a little sneaky peek that maybe today we was discussing the next one. Shh. Tell you more about that in the new year.
Lessons, don't they, most weeks?
They do loads of lessons, actually, yeah. So again, keep an eye on them. I know that they're working on a bit of a programme for next year for lessons. And yeah, they're a lovely, just genuinely lovely. But I could say that about all of our stockists. We're really, truthfully, very lucky.
We are.
We only work with people who are nice, really, don't we? And it kind of is a team effort. And actually, bringing them here today and having them at HQ again was really lovely because of it. It really does just build a bond. I know it's silly, but it's nice for us to get to know them and them to get to know us, and us to kind of again be able to share inspiration through them with you guys, because that's what it's about.
They're with us this evening. They've just popped on.
Oh, there now. Wow. Hope you've had a very lovely day coming to Yarmouth, being by the sea, and getting home ready in time to listen to us waffle on this evening. Thank you for joining us. Okay, let's leave you all in peace, shall we? Oh, your winner. You haven't done your winner. Where's your sound box?
Oh, quick.
Come on.
Here we go.
Me waffling on endlessly, and we ain't even done the winner bit.
What's he like? Thank you all for your comments. Had loads of favourite collections, different bits, but the winner this evening is... Still goes on a long time. Congratulations to Rosanna Fortney, who said she loves your mechanical collection.
Oh, good collection.
Good collection.
Good collection.
So, Rosanna, if you'd like to pop us an email, please, to jamierogerscrafts@hotmail.com and let us know if you want your cards signing or not, and we'll get them popped in the post for you. So, yeah, thank you all for your comments and for joining us tonight.
Thank you all very, very much. It's been a lovely evening with you all. Look forward to seeing you all next Monday. Don't forget Gwen here on Thursday at 7 p.m. with more inspiration with the masculine collection. We love Gwen's lives, don't we? She's full of ideas and techniques. Don't miss it, 7 p.m. Thursday. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next Monday for Sneaky Peek Night. That is one not to be missed. Join us for that if you can. See you all soon. Night from me.
Good night.
Bye all.
Bye.